Good morning. My name is Frank Grinnell. I've been advising professional money managers and investing in the stock market for over 20 years. It serves as my day job, but most importantly, it is my absolute passion. On Street Views, I offer my daily viewpoint on the stock market in under 7 minutes. I will cover things like the global macroeconomic picture, the mood of the market, company-specific news, secular trends with some actionable sector and stock calls. I hope my insights are useful to you, whether you are a professional money manager or a passionate investor. At Grinnell Capital, we actively manage dynamic stock and ETF models for financial professionals and their clients, as well as individual investors. If you want to learn more about what we do, send me a note, frank@grinnellcapital.com. You can also find more of my insights on Twitter @GrinnellFrank. And now, today's Street Views. Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, 18th of November, 2022. Market made an impressive comeback yesterday. Still trying to mount another run to resistance points on the major indices lying around the 200-day moving averages. That Russell will get there first. Again, potentially. Maybe we'll see if it actually can close and stay above the 200-day this time. It just failed to do so a few days ago. Looking at specific names, Palo Alto Networks, good quarter, good guidance. Trades under 17 times forward earnings, which is pretty attractive multiple for the kind of growth you're getting here. And you can feel more confident about that forward multiple, and you can feel more confident about the E for 2023 for a company like this. Cybersecurity is not going away. No one's going to stop spending money on that space. That space only continues to garner more spending. Mission critical applications. I can get behind it. It's going to gap up pretty good this morning. It is crowded. I think there is a lot of longs in there on the growth side. People that are going to be, if they have one cybersecurity name, it's probably Palo Alto. So there is that aspect to it, but nevertheless, the multiple is attractive. The story is attractive, and the stickiness of business is definitely attractive. And others, one sector doing quite well is quietly this year is solar. The Inflation Protection Act, I think, is really buoying a lot of this. You get a lot of loans out there directed towards alternative energy. A lot of that fiscal initiative will find its way into solar projects, whether solar and wind ever really are capable of being a majority of our energy solution is probably not the point for the stocks. Fiscal spending is heading that way, along with grid upgrades, traditional energy spending, what have you. But TAN, you've probably heard of this one. It's the most common ETF. It looks great on the charts, trading above all major resistance points. Looks like it needs to consolidate a little bit, but that's another interesting play heading into 23, in my opinion. And there's a much bigger theme around going green that involves several industries. We're going to touch on that next week. Multiple industries involved. I think it's going to be one of the biggest themes of 2023. So be sure to tune in next week. We'll talk about those. Have an awesome weekend. See you on Monday.
And now for some important disclosures. Grinnell Capital is a state-registered investment advisor. Services offered by Grinnell Capital can only be offered in certain states where Grinnell Capital is registered or meets required exemptions. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training. For additional information about Grinnell Capital, including its services and fees, please review the firm's disclosure statement as set forth on Form ADV and available at no charge at advisorinfo.sec.gov. This podcast is provided for informational purposes only. The information contained herein should not be construed at the provision of personalized advice and is subject to change without notice. This material should not be considered as a solicitation to buy or sell any asset or engage in a particular investment strategy. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss, including loss of principal invested, and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. This podcast contains certain forward-looking statements which indicate future possibilities. Actual results may differ materially from the expectations portrayed in such forward-looking statements. As such, there is no guarantee that any views and opinions expressed will come to pass. All expressions of opinion reflect the judgment of Grinnell Capital as of the date of publication and are subject to change without prior notice. This podcast contains information derived from third-party sources. Although we believe these sources to be reliable, we make no representations as to the accuracy of any information prepared by any unaffiliated third party incorporated herein and take no responsibility therefor. This podcast is provided with the understanding that Grinnell Capital is not engaging in rendering legal, accounting, or tax services, and we recommend that you seek out the services of professionals in these aforementioned areas. The principal investment focus of the accelerator model, the strategy, is to achieve strong relative and risk-adjusted returns, primarily by investing and trading in securities issued by companies that focus on the global information, technology, consumer, healthcare, industrial, and infrastructure sectors. These sectors are characterized by robust secular growth, an abundance of both new and maturing product cycles, a high degree of competition that creates the potential for relative winners and losers within a subsector or theme, a high degree of revenues and earnings volatility, rapidly changing sentiment and public perception, significant yet unrealized potential for globalization, and superior relative liquidity. Investment in the strategy is speculative and involves a high degree of risk. The second investment model is called the ignition model. The ignition model is an all-exchange-traded fund, ETF, strategy with an investment objective similar to the accelerator model. This model seeks to capitalize on long-term growth trends experienced by the market leaders in various areas and sectors. The ignition model will also seek ETF investments based on cyclical forces experienced in the U.S. and the global economy. This model is also designed to have the ability to offer some downside protection in the event of significant market stress through investments in ETFs designed to take advantage of market volatility. The strategy's performance can be volatile. Grinnell Capital has total trading authority over the strategy. The use of a single manager applying similar trading programs can mean a lack of diversification and consequently higher risk. For more important disclaimers, please visit our website, grinnellcapital.com.